Hey everybody, I got a quick video here going to show you how to set up a couple of reference lines to align your car in your garage by yourself. The name of the game here is to pull two parallel lines on either side of the car that we can use as base reference lines for our measurements. And similarly, our camber off of a plumb line. You can use jack stands, you can use cinder blocks, you can use whatever you got laying around. Doesn't matter how you get there, so long as you are able to adjust the height of the string so that it's even with the axle center line, so the middle of your wheel. That's all that matters. The more diligent you are about making these strings as parallel as you possibly can, the better your measurements will be. So it does pay off to spend more time getting it dialed in. You'll see some folks with very fancy PVC setups that kind of bolt onto the car. It's super awesome. It makes it super easy to get set up. You just bolt the brackets into place, run your strings, and everything's where it's supposed to be, which seriously decreases on setup time. And if this is something you're going to do on a fairly regular basis, it's worth the extra effort and money to set up something like that. As I'm measuring the distance, I slowly realize that, oh wait, my string's too high. And I go around and readjust my corners and bring the string down. If your string is a couple inches above your axle line and you throw your tape on your axle line, as you try to sight your measurement, depending on where your eyeball is will affect where the string will read. If you don't sight that exactly the same every time, then you're going to come up with different measurements and it's going to be much more difficult to get an accurate alignment. That's why you want to make sure that your string is on axle center line so that you can bring that tape right up to the bottom of the string so you can get a super accurate square measurement. We're going to run a plumb line. You want to make sure your car is on a level pad. When you drop a plumb to check your camber, the plumb's going to fall square to gravity, and if your car is not square to gravity, then doesn't matter what you're measuring because it's going to be wrong. So you want to make sure, before you set your camber, you want to make sure your car is flat and level. I'm not going to lie, it does take a fair amount of time to get set up. The more diligent you are about getting your parallel reference lines set, the more accurate your alignment's going to be. You spend more time getting your line, close enough. It's entirely up to you to figure it out. If you're a perfectionist, this may not be for you, but for just a regular garagista, this will get you close enough. You're not going to experience any serious tire wear, excessive tire wear with a string alignment, especially if you spend more time. The more accurate your measurements are, the more accurate your alignment will be. Thanks for watching and happy wrenching.